Good morning. I thought I would just give a bit of an update of how we're doing here in Chile with the coronavirus, with it being all over the world now. We've got our first cases about 3 weeks ago, and there wasn't that much. People didn't seem that worried about it. They told people if they showed symptoms to go in and get tested. If people were, if anyone was, sorry, I've got some of my cats are up here visiting me and a bit distracting. They told people, who were coming in from other countries to self-quarantine, which some people didn't. Some people, even when they knew they had the virus, went out and did things. They traveled, went on planes. So they didn't do a very good job of quarantine people. They just trusted that people would do it themselves, and you can't really trust people. So in about a week, the numbers went up to last weekend they went up to about 60. Now this weekend I think we're over 500. I think I have not heard today's numbers. So last weekend they decided to close the schools down for 2 weeks. I also took the decision to close my store at the same time because it's not worth risking, and it's not something that I need to live off at the moment anyways. My husband was also told to work from home, and so my daughter's doing her homework, online, and they said 2 weeks, and now we've come through the first week, and the way things have changed during this week, we know this is going to be a lot longer. This isn't just going to be 2 weeks of school. And they've only just gone back to school. My daughter had only had her first 2 weeks of school, and they may miss the whole year the way things are going. So we'll just have to see how it is. This first week they told people to stay home. There wasn't any kind of quarantine, but it seems that people didn't really take it seriously. Still, lots of people are going out. They went shopping. So they told these all non-essential stores to close about the middle of the week, and I think towards the end of the week they told restaurants and bars, theaters, cinemas to close. The malls, I think, closed earlier in the week. So I think at the moment it's mainly grocery stores and pharmacies that are open, possibly small stores. I'm guessing in our little village here the stores will probably be open. It's going to be hard because, like I said, a lot of people, I don't know, it kind of goes from one extreme to people not caring or not understanding or not thinking it's such a big deal, to the other extreme with people panicking and getting very scared. So it's hard trying to find a balance between those two. We've just been staying at home. Like I said, we knew this was coming, so I kind of got a bit of extra food in before, just to make sure we'd be okay for a while. Again, as I've said before, this is an earthquake country. You always have to have a little bit of extra food in. So we're just staying at home, and I've always got things to knit, and I've got things I can spin, so I've got things to do. But and my husband's doing reunions or meetings on FaceTime and things like that. So they're doing stuff, but it's strange and it's hard, and we know this is going to affect the economy. We know this is going to affect people in so many ways, and it's hard to see an end to it. Even though China is coming out of it and looks like things are starting to get a little bit back to normal, it's really hard to see that end when we're just starting with this. And seeing other countries as well. I mean, watching Europe and the United States, it can be a bit scary. So, just trying to be positive, trying to do things slowly, calmly, not having to get up with the alarm clock. Being with my daughter. My oldest daughter went back to university, so she's in the south of Chile. Again, in these situations, it's hard having her so far away. But I think at the moment there's only been one case in where she is. And she's young, and she also prepared with some food with her friends, and so it's almost, I think it's safer for her to be staying there for now, because for her to come home she has to travel through Santiago, where most of the cases are, and we think just for now it's probably better she stays there. If it looks like there's a window, an opportunity that she can travel, then maybe she will try and come back. But for now, she's there and she's okay. So that's where we are at the beginning. We're at the very beginning of all this. We've only had one death, I think, which was a very elderly woman with I think they said with another terminal illness. So I don't know how it's gonna be. I mean, they're saying that Latin America in general the population is a lower age compared to Europe, so we may not have as many elderly people as they do in Europe, which will affect the numbers. And again, they're trying to do this, flatten the curve, so that not as many people get sick at the same time, because the hospital here cannot cope. The hospitals can barely cope with normal patients. So this is not going to be good if it starts to go really bad. So everyone's just hoping. The mayors have been asking that they close the borders to the different regions, to the different cities, that they force the quarantine, that make people stay at home, because they see that that's the only way to try and control this. But at the moment, the government still isn't doing a forced quarantine, I don't think. Possibly some places, but not all over Chile yet. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Thanks for dropping by, and I wish I was doing a video from my store and showing of all the new yarns and things that I had. The summer was pretty slow, and I was just getting ready to rear up for the winter, where more people like to knit and weave, and people were coming in asking if I was going to be doing classes. So I was really getting excited about getting into the winter with my store. My daughter was back at school, and then this happens, which I should have known was going to happen. But anyways, so the store has to get postponed for a little while. But I'll have to do some videos of spinning and things that I'm doing here at home, since I was going to be here for a while. So I hope everyone is staying safe, staying at home, and yeah, just stay safe, everyone. Ciao.